Hey guys, Smockter here, and I am so sorry, guys. Um, while in my orespawn review, I was ranting and raving about all the cool stuff and all that, but I forgot some things. Now, had to go over things because there's a whole lot in orespawn, guys. So it felt so rushed that I forgot a few things. Now, this thing right here is what I want to show. Yes, it is a bow. Now, let's take an ordinary bow. You guys know this. You enchant it or whatever, and you shoot it, and you charge it and all that. It's okay. This is the ultimate bow. Now, the crafting recipe also requires titanium and uranium. You saw the headache that requires to get that. The ingots, 3 string, and iron ingot. And again, you need a lot of iron for ore spawn. And you get the ultimate bow. Now, it does have like a kind of high durability, but the thing about this bow is it isn't just, a bow that shoots. Oh no, you can rapid fire it. So as fast as you can click is pretty much as fast as you can shoot. So, yeah. I totally forgot to show you guys, and when you use it for the first time, once you use it at least once, it already comes with these enchantments. So, yeah. And the other thing is that see how I'm in creative? Obviously, I can shoot arrows because I'm in creative. Well, the thing about this bow is you don't need any arrows in your inventory. Watch. See how this bow isn't working because I don't got any arrows. This bow, still working. That's what also makes it the ultimate bow. You don't need any arrows in your inventory at all because it technically already comes with one, and that's infinity. Technically. But anyway, um, so I forgot to show you guys that, so I apologize. And the other thing I forgot to go over is actually something that I kept on alluding to, which was these. Now, these are two of the pets. Now, there are two others which I'll show a bit later. But here's one of them. Now, keep in mind you cannot craft these things. You can't craft these kits and get these. But you can find them in different dimensions as mobs spawning. And if you grab a wrench, which I'll show you the crafting recipe for that. Here's a wrench. Oh, whoops. Forgot. So yeah, simple crafting recipe. You can find these in 2 different dimensions, which I'll be showing you in a bit. But anyway, there's a spider robot. You'll find it randomly spawned, or you can use those random dungeon spawners I showed you in the last episode, or last part rather. If you go up to it and right click, its hitbox is kind of weird. Whoa, there you go. So yeah, if you click like under its head-ish, you can write it. And this does do damage if you step on things with the legs. So example, you see that sheep? See? I killed it. Now, it does do damage if you step on things, but otherwise, it doesn't really do anything else. To get off, of course, like a boat, you'd hit shift. And then to get it, you simply use your wrench and just smack until you get the kit. So yeah, that's how you do that. The red one is kind of fidgety. The red ant spawns in the same dimension as the spider robot. The red ant robot is kind of fidgety, and what I mean by that is that sometimes it attacks you, sometimes it doesn't. It's really fidgety. So, obviously it won't attack me in creative, but you can ride this one. But it... Okay, there we go. And I believe... Here, if you listen... Thought I heard it making sound. Okay, so this one actually bites when you left click and all. It may not seem like it, but it does. But yeah, so you got it with your mouse and then you just move. But anyway, so like I said, I wrote it now, but let me test. The black one, if you punch it, it won't attack you. Like, see, I'm hitting the black one right now. and it won't attack me. But if I hit the red one, I believe it attacks me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see what I mean? It's fidgety. Like, it's supposed to be hostile to you until you like tame it or whatever. That's what it says on like the wiki and all that, but it doesn't seem to do that. But anyway, moving on. Next up is the dimensions. Now, the first dimension I'm going to show you guys is the one that's the laggiest for me. The one where these blocks come from. So, now, when you go to this dimension, it literally says that you have to clear your inventory. Now I'm just gonna delete most of these because it's gonna clear it anyway. But yeah, so it's literally gonna ask you to clear your inventory. Now this is the termite dimension. Now there is a way around having to clear your inventory because like I'll show you what happens to the spawn termite thing. So I'll spawn a termite and it will then vanish for some weird reason. Well, there it is. Anyway, um, I'll right click it and it will say empty your inventory. So I have to get rid of this because if I try and go there, it's just going to keep on spamming me. So beforehand, what it used to do is it used to clear your entire inventory, including your armor. Now the way around this is there's a mob, which I didn't go over, but there are boyfriends, which they can become your companions if you give them a bunch of steak. And then there are girlfriends. Now I use the boyfriends because they can use the ultimate armor, which I showed you guys. The girlfriends cannot. They can only use two types of armor: the tiger set, which is in this termite dimension, and the pink tourmaline set. Those are the only two armor that they can use. So yeah, the boyfriends can use emerald, ultimate, and I think one other one I don't know for sure. But anyway, alas, I will hurry up and go to the termite dimension. So, here we go. Now I'm hoping that this won't crash, because my computer does not like having to do multiple things at once. Here we go. Okay, at least it didn't crash immediately. So yeah, this is the crystal dimension. Now, I would do a whole other mod, like, not really mod showcase, but a whole other showcase of this dimension. But honestly, there's not really too much to it. It's literally just so you can fight one of the bosses, the Vortex, so you can make that big Bertha weapon I showed you guys. But, yeah, the only other neat thing is that there is literally a endless underground dungeon all the way towards the bottom. Like, this goes on throughout the entire crystal world. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot I accidentally left something running. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. Um, so yeah, there's literally just this endless dungeon here, and I am lagging like crazy. So, and there goes the error message. Anyway, there's really no way I can get out of here unless I go all the way down here. Sorry guys, I'm lagging so much. Again, there's not really much I can do about it. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, but basically there's not too much to say about this dimension other than its crystal dimension. Those are one of the other dungeons that spawn. And this is a perfect example to show what is different about crystal dimension ore. So like that yellow stuff right down there. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but we'll see a better example right here. See this like orange yellowish stuff, like that's around the chest? Well, this stuff has a chance to explode. All crystal ore does. So like if I break it, see it exploded. Now there's only a small chance for that to happen, but it does happen. Those are rotators, those are dungeon beasts. Again, I'm not going to go too over it because orespawn is humongous. Anyway, the only other way to get out of here is to find a termite nest. and right click one. Um, at nighttime, it's surprisingly less laggy, which is kind of weird. But anyway, onwards we go. So, go back to the termite dimension. Now, there's one of the other bosses. Um, I'm just going to go over the bosses as I see them. This is Mothra. Yeah, you fight Mothra to get the moth scales for Big Bertha. Um, Mothra spawns in mountain biomes and just overall high places. Um, anyway, moving on. Let's set it to daytime. Now, Mothra does not despawn, by the way, guys, on peaceful. So if you see Mothra and you don't want to fight Mothra, going to peaceful, here, I'll show you. So right now it's on easy. Going to peaceful doesn't solve the issue. Now, Mothra won't attack you in peaceful, but it won't go away either. So don't even try. Um, anyway, wrong way. So yeah, that's Mothra. Kind of pretty looking. Anyway, so next up that we have for the ant dimensions are actually in the Ender chest. Now, there's no way to get obsidian in the termite dimension, as far as I know, but doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, you also don't have to worry. The rest of these dimensions, the rest of these ant dimensions, do not take what's in your inventory or don't need you to clear your inventory. It's only the termite one. A lot of people think that all dimensions do that. It's not. It's only the termite one. Now, I'm gonna go to the brown dimension, the brown ant dimension last, because there's something I'm worried about running into there, and I want to show that for last. Anyway, let's go to the red ant dimension. Now, this is the miner's dimension, is the other name, and it's where it's the best place to go if you have a whole bunch of miner's dreams and you're not finding enough of a certain resource. Come here. Now, the other thing about the red ant dimension is that quite a few certain dungeons spawn. As example, this is the Ender Knight dungeon. Sorry, graphic glitch. Anyway, this is the Ender Knight dungeon. It's not like too special. There's really nothing like very cool in it. There's some easy access to Eyes of Ender, some wood, some paper. Um, yeah, some ender pearls, just simple things like that. And then of course ender knights, which they're not too hard to deal with. They're like endermen but with swords, and they do kind of hit a bit harder. Anyway, this is also the dimension where you get that duplicator tree wood that I showed you. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see any other dungeons that I can name right off the bat. But it's not, too important. This is also where you go to find one of the other bosses that only spawns in this dimension. That's the T-Rex. You need its tooth for Big Bertha. Now, instead of going back to the normal dimension, I'm just going to jump right to the unstable ant dimension. Now, the unstable ant dimension, I am really hoping works okay enough for you guys to see it. This is what it's mainly for. I don't know why I got sugarcane there, but that thing that you just saw. Let's see, what is it called? It's called Island something, I think. Let's see, decoration. Here we go. Island block. Here we go. So this will summon an island above you if you plant this. So if I plant that there, just give it a minute. I don't know why I got sugarcane when I tried to copy it, but when it sparkles like that and then disappears, you'll see that an island has spawned. There we go. See? Now there might have been one already here because they do spawn naturally throughout this, but and this isn't duplicator tree wood, by the way. This is sky tree wood. That does duplicate itself, but not like actual duplicator wood. It doesn't duplicate other things. Anyway, I don't see any dungeons, unfortunately. I was hoping to showcase a certain one, but it doesn't look like there's one any around here, unless, actually, hold on. I think I actually see one. Yep, that's definitely one right over there. Okay, so using this map, I was thankfully able to spot one. Oh, and there's another one in that direction. I gotta remember that. But anyway, here's another example of a dungeon. These will spawn with random mobs. They could be birds that are harmless, aliens, which are freaking annoying, bees, dungeon beasts, like this one. Now, these chests will normally have, like, spawners in them. So you can spawn a dragon, which is another pet. I'll spawn it in real quick. I'm just going, you know, like, with my wit here, guys. I'm not, like, this isn't planned ahead. Anyway, this is a dragon. You can tame it with raw beef. Some of the other pets are Stinky, a baby dragon, which is adorable. Anyway, next up is the rainbow ant dimension. Now, this one I am really concerned is going to crash after everything, because this is where Mobzilla spawns. And even if we don't run into Mobzilla, which I'm going to do something a bit suicidal, and I'm going to set it to nighttime when he spawns, slash time set night, even if we don't run into Mobzilla, I am going to spawn Mobzilla. Now, here are some girlfriends. How you get them to follow you and become your companion is you just give them some flowers. When you have them in your hand, they will run to you. You just right click until you see girlfriend up on the top. Now, if you're next to another girlfriend, once you've gotten another one, she will start to attack the others. Because she'll, I think like the forum like jokes around and says that she starts to get jealous. But yeah, see, like now you see her attacking her. But anyway, yeah. So yeah. And if you don't want them anymore, like you're tired of them following you around, all you gotta do is give them a dead bush, and then they won't follow you around anymore. And how you get a dead bush is actually pretty simple. If you remember the chainsaw I showed you, if you can craft that and then find some grass, and you break the grass. Here, hold on. If you break the grass with a chainsaw, it turns into dead bushes. So yeah, that's how you get that. Now I don't see Mobzilla. I don't hear him, but I'm gonna spawn him in anyway. Unless, okay, so yeah, this is where the red ant spawns. Now when they spawn in their little dungeon, they spawn with a whole bunch of red ant nests, and the red ants do attack you when they can move and when you're not lagging like I am. But anyway, you guys don't care about anything else. You just want to see Mobzilla, don't you? You want to see Mobzilla. You want to see the monster that this thing is. Well, I won't delay any longer. I will spawn this puppy in, or rather this big giant thing. Alright, so here's Mobzilla. Oh, forgot. It's on peaceful. Duh. Sorry, I'm stupid. Okay, so that is actually the Robo Pounder. You don't need that one for Big Bertha, but you do need the Robo Warrior. And sorry again, I'm lagging, guys, but there's not really much I can do about it. There we go. Anyway, there's Jeffrey. He's one that can drop something you need for Big Bertha, but he only has really like a little chance to. There's a second Jeffrey, jeez. And there is the Robo Gunner, I think that was. Those are the Robo Snipers down there. But you guys want to see Mobzilla. I know, I'm procrastinating, but that's only because I don't want to crash. Let's try this. Yep, those are his feet, and then that's his body. There's Mobzilla, guys. Alright, I'm gonna get a good look at him, pause it, because I'm gonna clear him, because he's causing super duper lag. So yeah, but he spawns in this rainbow ant dimension. He does spawn and just start like terrorizing other villages. He has quite a bit of health, So you're gonna need either the Royal Guardian Sword or Slice to kill him. Which honestly, you're probably gonna get the Slice first, then the Royal Guardian Sword once you've beaten Mobzilla. Anyway, now the final one, the one that I said I was waiting for, is the Brown Ant Dimension. There are two structures which I am kind of hoping we'll find in here, but I honestly don't know. They're pretty rare, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Now, I'm going to show off a little bit of it, and then I'm going to spend about 5 or so minutes trying to find one of the structures. And if I spawned right next to it, then I'm going to freaking freak out. Easy. I'm going to set it to daytime. And I'm going to dig myself a hole so I can actually fly. Sorry guys, you may be hearing me mashing on my space bar. It's only because, again, I'm lagging. Anyway, I will pause for now, and I will see if I can get out of this hole. Alright guys, made it out of the hole. Actually, hold on. You know what, I'm just gonna do this on camera. I don't care. I'm gonna adjust my video settings. Simulating. Fog. Fast. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm having to adjust my settings due to lag, because like the moment I paused the recording, everything was fine, and then I have like no lag. Anyway, this is one of the special things about, that's a bit better. This is one of the special things about the Brown Ant Dimension. It spawns in these giant trees, and there is a way to spawn them in your world, and I'll show you that in a bit. But at the top of every single one of these trees is usually a block of something. Block of diamond, block of emerald. I think it can have a block of gold as well. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I'm hoping this map fully extends. I can see if we're near what I'm hoping for. Because if we are, then we're in luck. Oh, no, you don't. You're not going to crash. Not going to crash. I don't think we're near what I'm looking for. But I will be back, guys, once I found one of the structures I'm looking for. Hopefully I can find it. Oh, also forgot to mention, guys, quick note. Most of these trees, like the spruce ones and the oak ones, some of them have chests at the top that will give you random loot. Like, so just looking at these chests randomly, like that chest up there probably has something, you know, some food, some iron stuff or whatever. You know, the stairs are a bit blocked, but you know, you can clear them. Then, okay, so you know, just going through here, you know, random iron chest plate. Yeah, so these spawn randomly on some trees, and some will even have iron golems. I'm not sure exactly if it's specific to a certain type of tree or whatever. But anyway, I'll go back on the hunt for that structure I was talking about. See you guys in just a sec. Alright guys, well I unfortunately did not find it, but I will say that there are two structures, the Queen Tree and the King Tree. You can look them up on either the orespawn wiki or just, you know, look up orespawn Queen Tree and orespawn King Tree. But yeah, so that pretty much wraps it up for the orespawn mod review. If there are any other questions you guys have about the orespawn mod that I may not have gone over, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.